Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Oh, the Illblurmatic.
Welcome back to Illblurmatic, the illest blur in the land. And today we are with a story time. And this story time is the first time I took psychology in college. So this story starts off during the winter semester when I was back in college. And literally, when I first got to the class, I thought everything was gonna be good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The professor talked and everything, gave us an introduction of what the class and what we should be looking for in the class. I thought that's when things were gonna be great. And stuff like that. We introduced ourselves that first day of class. So I'm kind of giving you a little bit of, the bread and butter of the story and kind of just putting a little bit more to it. But we actually introduced ourselves after he got to introducing himself to the class and how long he had been in the psychology field, as a teacher, or I should say professor, which was cool, seemed like a pretty cool older gentleman. But then, the next couple weeks after that is when I start to kind of see some things. I'm just like, yo, this is what you told us you wasn't gonna do, right? I should have paid attention to the red flags, y'all. I didn't. But what happens is now is literally we get into the class, assignments are coming out for like homework and pop quizzes. Now, my thing is, I'm not against pop quizzes, okay? But just don't like randomly just, hey, pop quiz, pop quiz. That was kind of a thing that was a little bit on the annoying side. I think the other problem that I kind of like made me like realize like I should have just like dropped this class when I had the chance to, right? Because at the time I'm thinking like, all right, I'm doing good on the chapter assignments in the psychology book. So I'm like, I'm cool, I'm doing good with that. The pop quizzes, some of them I'm doing good on, some of them are not. And the thing was, I wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh man, acing everything and nothing like that. But the problem came with the tests, because when he talked to us on the first day of class officially, he said, oh, tests are just gonna be multiple choice. That's what he told the class, okay? He told the class that the first day, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, literally, like, y'all gonna be like, what? He was tripping, yo. He had us do fill in the blanks. He had the matching up things and stuff, like where you match the word up with this definition and everything. Then you had the multiple choice, and I'm like, he really threw us for a curve. Because either my other classmate, she was like, yo, is it me? Am I tripping? She was like, he told us that we were going to do that. I'm like, that's the same thing I was thinking. Like, me and a few of my other classmates that were really cool with them said the same thing. Like, what is up with this guy? Like, he just wants to play with our brains and kind of just like, all right, well, I'm gonna pull you to do this, you're gonna do that. It was kind of like Jeopardy coming to his class when it came to actual exams. And and then at the time when I was about to drop the class, honestly, it was kind of too late. I went to the counselor's office. I'm like, yo, and everything. Well, I should say not counselor's, admissions office. And they were like, yo, we got some bad news. You can't drop the class. Like, I had passed the day of the class. I'm like, dang. And the thing was, I was like, oh man, now I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this class. Luckily, I had got along with my classmates and we tried to come together. Some of the ones that we were cool, that I was actually cool with. And that worked out, because we we'll call each other up, hey, yo, what do you think the test gonna be on? Yo, what you gonna, the quiz, so they're, luckily they were there, because trust me, it would have been way more gloomier if they would have dropped the class. They had even mentioned, they said, hey, what you thinking about dropping the class? I'm like, no, don't leave me here. At the time, this is before I decided to want to drop the class. And like the final day of class, let me just tell you this. I knew I was going to pass the class. I'm going to be honest with y'all. but I knew I wasn't going to ace it, okay? Like, I knew I wasn't going to get an A or B on the final exam. The final exam, let me tell y'all about this. So the final exam, we get that the day of the last day of class. You know what I'm saying? I had made preparations. Me and my other friend, we talked on the phone trying to figure out how to like figure out what he's going to put on the actual test and everything. And then here comes the final exam. The final exam was pretty much a 200 question exam. And I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, he told us 100. It was 200 questions. Luckily that we did not have to fill out the actual whole exam like the other questions that were like additional questions, because he had told us right before, he said, hey, you know, take everything off your desk. You know how it is in actual college. He told us, he said, yo, you know, if some of you guys have the charisma or the courage to take on these other questions, these are extra credit, which I was totally fine with, because I'm like, yo, you've been on some other stuff throughout this whole semester. And I was just like, please do not let this be where it's completely 200 questions. And you know what I'm saying? So me, when I took the actual final exam for psychology, the first time I took it, I am one of those people, like, I've learned to kind of like do the questions that you know first on the exam. So what I did was, you know what I'm saying, me and my other classmates, we all got ready and stuff. Pretty much I did the ones that kind of was like, all right, yep, that's what that is. These are the answers. I did process of elimination. I looked at some and I'm like, that's what that is. And I'm like, all right. Then I looked at my actual exam again. You know what I'm saying? I looked again. I said, all right, now it's time to face the questions that I don't necessarily know the answer to, but like figuring it out. I said, let me just go with these questions now. So what I did was I did those. I did it to the best of my ability. And literally, I did some of the extra credit. Okay, I'm not going to even lie to you guys. I did some of the extra credit just to help me, just in case these other questions I did not do great on didn't work out for me. You know what I'm saying? Because your guessing doesn't always help. So I did at least about 10 of the extra credit questions just to kind of be like, you know what? Be on the safe side, just in case this doesn't work. I'll have the extra credit questions to actually help me get a decent grade. I knew I wasn't getting an A out of class because how his whole orthodox style of like doing exams and quizzes just wasn't it for me. Okay, so then, you know, I am like maybe the 4th or 5th person in class that actually got done with the actual exam. You know what I'm saying? After the exam was over, I packed my bag. You know what I'm saying? I go to the student lounge area in the community college that I'm going to, which is, you know, Wayne Community College District. And literally, my friend, she comes out of class. A few of my other classmates come out of class, and they happen to see me down in the student lounge area, and they say, what do you think you did on this test? And I said, I gotta be honest with y'all. Baby, I got, like, in the back of my mind, like, look, I probably either got a B or a C on that test, because that's how I was feeling. I'm like, this exam just, it was too much. Like, he was doing everything. Like I said, we got multiple choice. We gotta figure out the lines to match the word up with the definition, true and false. I forgot to mention that. And it was just like, it's a lot. It's a lot on us. You know what I'm saying? So luckily, you know what I'm saying, my classmates kind of felt the same way about the class. My one classmate, she's like, I'm not really for sure if I got an A in this class. I think I got a B. I said, well, hey, look, own that B, just like I'm owning that B or C in his class, because I'm going to be honest, it didn't work out. So eventually, let's fast forward. Literally, I eventually, you know, went online to see what my grade was in that class, and I was not happy with it. I got a C in the class, and I was like, look, I did just about everything I think I could to pass the class. I didn't miss any days, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, I tried to do the best to my ability. But your boy took psychology over again. Yes. This time at another campus with a teacher that wasn't like all over the place. Cause like I said, I felt like he was just like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm like, nah, the second psychology teacher I had, someone had recommended me, someone that I work with had mentioned it. She's like, yo, you might want to check her out. She's a really good psychology teacher. Then on top of that, another classmate at the other campus that I was going to, said the same thing. And I was like, yo, her reputation is really good. So when, people are speaking well of a professor or a teacher, your best bet is to either you gonna take that class or you just not gonna take that class. You know what I'm saying? So I took her class. I aced it. So the moral of the story is sometimes people's learning styles just don't work for you. And I learned that with that actual professor. His learning style was too unorthodox for me. I did kind of make a mistake by waiting too late to, get out of that class. But hey, it's a lesson learned. And like I said, this is your boy Ill Blurmatic. Hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Has this ever happened to you and you're in college and you're just like, yo, I like this professor. I thought it's going to be a little bit different in this class. But once you start to take exams or assignments, you're like, wait a minute. You get what I'm saying? But this is your boy Ill Blurmatic, guys. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. Till next time, guys, have a great day. And I'm out.